Hey guys, and welcome back to Brickman for another city update here. Just been a little bit here, been doing some stuff, getting some new things, and a lot of trial and error so far, and it's still going to be a lot of trial error, and hopefully doing some bigger expansion stuff with maybe a move in eventually as well. But just to show you guys what I've been doing here, just to give you guys a big overview of the city in itself right now. As you can see, that new table is now finally in here, and right now looking pretty decent so far. I took the trip to the Lego store, and I did not realize this until they told me, but apparently Lego does not sell these blue base plates anymore, at least in that store. I'm not sure if it's total everywhere, but I found that very interesting to believe. So I guess the only place to get that now is on either like places like Amazon, eBay, or Bricklink, and other places like that. So while I was there, I ended up just getting had these was it 4x6s here, and just kind of laid them out. They weren't the ideal thing for what I wanted as an ocean color, because clearly that blue there is great, and when I look at that now and I can see the dust right on that, so this whole place needs to do for cleaning eventually. But a great idea is some of my friends that came over. They thought it'd be neat to have this color as a shallows here to connect to a beach area, and eventually maybe get some more of these dark blue and make that like a deep ocean there that drops off. So not a bad thing right there. Ended up going with, and I ended up scrapping. It just was not working, but the middle railroad track that went through there just wasn't working out on that side, so I ended up having it go all the way around here, going through up and around that way. It was interesting getting doing this little uphill ramp here. It was a little tough for the other engines there to get the whole freight and cargo up. Now it seems to be working okay. We'll see how it keeps going. And then I have a little low bridge here, and for now, obviously, boats cannot get through as you would see in real life, so just for now we can pretend that this lifts up, and there you go. I would like to do something cool like that with, like, seen on Jang Bricks, where he's had a motorized lifted bridge, or it'd be cool like that. Or eventually, when I get a bigger layout too, these will probably actually be, like, way taller, so that'd be actually the real goal right there. Then got the little nice new little, well, I guess you call it the docks. It's not exactly quite done. It's kind of uglyish looking, but it's working for now. It's still under construction. But ended up I got a bunch of these giant white tiles here. I believe these are 5x6s, like something like that. But these ended up being like those ones you usually see with the space in depth into it, so they're just little basic wall things. And then use some of these thick old big pieces right here to put the top on, but it worked for now. Got some tiling still to rip off from the old sets from what I've been doing from other things, and then I'm going to eventually make this whole thing this gray color here underneath. That way it all looks one color instead of weird green, red, blue stuff. And this here will be basically the dock for now. When I originally planned this, I did want to have a bigger one, but just because of the pieces right now and realizing the space and putting it in my head, it was kind of a little bit unrealistic right now. So yeah, but now you can actually see it, and this kind of works pretty neat. Little thing here, and the crank and the crane here, so I can grab all the pieces and stuff like that, and it'll move over. And then got the little nice cargo truck right there. And ended up I found a couple of these pieces I did have running around, and made a nice little ramp here, and the truck goes down smoothly here. Can't really connect it well yet to the things right here, but ended up just kind of sliding them in between underneath here and putting a couple pieces underneath just to hold it up like that. And just for now, there'll be a little dirt road here, nothing really special yet, just to get it going. And then obviously over here is kind of meh, but it'll be getting there eventually. And you're going to try and do some different experimental things and learning how to do my water stuff slowly but surely. And then some things I do want to try out soon eventually too is with these ramps here, it'll be a neat little trial and error thing is to figure out, because obviously having these little pillars under here kind of look meh, so I want to eventually build them up underneath with flat tiles, make this all one solid piece here, and that way it can build up little walls on the side here and have it look like it's a cliff actually going up. And so that way they kind of carved it up going into the docks right there, instead of having it just be looking like it's all industrialized raising up there. So that's what we'll do with that, because eventually too is putting the other little track details on, like the studs for the gravel and the fencing and things and extra like that. And which we'll be doing the same thing for over there to try it out. One thing that I didn't do, which you guys would see obviously from over here, is I did end up scrapping the police station in general and stuff like that. Right now all those guys in the cars are sitting right over there in the middle. Oh, sorry. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with all that. I was just gonna go either somewhere. I mean, those are like some of my favorite pieces and stuff like that, and especially the figures themselves. So I want to try and build something for them there. But there's 2 now base plates worth of empty space right there. So I was possibly thinking the potential of my very first skyscraper building too now. So I might just be thinking about that. Maybe it could be a police station, skyscraper HQ, or something neat with that aspect. But, so, we'll see. It's going to work out eventually. And then still kind of figuring out all the train track going around here. I have both of them right here, and actually I can kind of show you this going around. And while we're in the back here, that's where the fire station now lies over here that I moved. And all the trucks right there down the courtyard. Kind of moved it there just because all the fire trucks would be... This train's giving me trouble here. Just kind of in the way, no place for them because there's only one garage bay, as you could kind of see over there. And so I ended up doing just putting them out in there. And you can kind of, when they need to be called, they can just go around in this courtyard here and then head on out. So it's pretty easy. Let me just show you guys how this train kind of runs now. Oops. The only bad part about this is I figured out that these buttons can be very fidgety with that, but I'm going to show you guys. The train moves kind of smoothly around, goes up, and then once it gets up the hill here, it slows down dramatically. Not too bad though. And then it really speeds up going around here, but not too bad for a start. The only thing that was actually kind of disappointing, and it'll get there eventually, as I'll wrap around here to show you guys, is I love having the idea of obviously the train crossing and stuff like that, make it work, but over here in the downtown area kind of got a little more clustered looking as it is, because the curves of the track ended up having to go right in the middle here for the road crossings. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with that yet. If any of you have suggestions, you know, feel free, because I wanted to at least have a train crossing for the cars to go one side and the other and make it work somehow, but not exactly sure how to go about that yet, maybe. But because the other thing was to make it kind of straight and head on, maybe I can change this to go a little bit in depth more or something, but ended up having to bring that over a little bit from the track and make it able to connect here. But it'll be more so trial and error with that. And then not sure if I'm going to keep these little modules here. They may end up going over to the town hall side there, back again a little bit, or they could go in that courtyard area. It'll be just a little trial, because I also wanted to maybe make a mountain thing here and having a river and stuff like that going underneath, but it'll be interesting, all in time. But yeah, and so far, not looking too bad here, getting there. I think now with the final table here, it's definitely a lot better and has some more space to be able to do some things. So now it's going to be pretty much choosing which project to go with first. Like I had mentioned earlier in the video a little bit, that just slow down the train here. that with a little bit of moving idea was because obviously the space that I have right now ain't exactly the biggest one in the world, so this is pretty much where I have right now is the max it's going to be big in this particular room and place that I live in right now. So eventually I think with a bit of job change and stuff like that, we'll be able to move into a bigger place and hopefully I'll be able to expand this table by twice the size and having my own actual construction table, having containers like that for the bricks and everything, and having a space like Alex Nunes has for his table and bins and whatnot, because I really like how he has that. Or Jang Bricks has a nice one too. But definitely need that space to do stuff like that for be able to get some ideas and more bins and stuff. And then just to be better for the train layout too, because obviously this space is kind of tight niche with the train going around and so small. And wow, that train I think knocked the hook off here. Interesting. But it'll be more interesting soon eventually, so we'll try doing some design work on the computer here. I'm going to try and do some more videos for you guys and maybe get some more, maybe I'll focus more on the lighting, stuff like that, just to have the lights for the sake of that, for the kits and the buildings and stuff. But until then guys, this is Brickman. As always, thanks for watching. And there'll be hopefully some more videos out soon. And until then, keep building guys, and goodbye.